What to know about Karen Read's second murder trial? The prosecution of Karen Read, who is accused of murdering her police officer boyfriend in January 2022, has garnered massive internet attention and drawn crowds to the Massachusetts courthouse where her second trial began in April. Miss Read's first trial, stemming from the death of her boyfriend, Boston police officer John O'Keefe, collapsed in July 2024 after the jury could not reach a verdict. Missing cut Mr. O'Keefe was found unresponsive in the snow outside a colleague's suburban home and later pronounced dead. Ms. Read was charged with murder, although she maintains innocence and argues she is being framed by police. She faces multiple charges and is accused of dropping Mr. O'Keefe off at a fellow police officer's home after a night of drinking, hitting him with her car and driving away from the scene. Here's everything you need to know about the case. The second trial has gone ahead as planned after the US Supreme Court decided not to hear Ms. Read's appeal, arguing that the case violated double jeopardy protections. Testimony included expert witnesses evaluating location data from Mr. O'Keefe's phone, as well as a survey of damage to Ms. Read's vehicle. Among those called to testify was Jen McCabe, a friend of Mr. O'Keefe and Ms. Read, who was inside the house during the party. Ms. McCabe testified she was expecting the couple, that she saw a car she believed to be Ms. Read's, but that they never came inside the house. According to evidence introduced during the trial, Ms. McCabe also searched for "how long to die in the cold" on her phone, although there was conflicting testimony as to when exactly she carried out the search. Ms. McCabe was one of the people who found Mr. O'Keefe outside the house, along with Ms. Read, the following morning. The prosecution witness list also included a state trooper, who was fired after he disclosed during the first trial that he used unprofessional language to describe Ms. Read, and two other policemen who were formally disciplined after the first trial. In their closing arguments, prosecutors zeroed in on Missy Read's own statements to a documentary series, in which she said, "I didn't think I hit him," referring to Mr. O'Keefe, but that she may have clipped him. The defense, meanwhile, suggested that Miss Read was framed by law enforcement officers in Mr. O'Keefe's social circle. They pointed to obvious dog bites on his arm and a head injury he suffered from falling backwards, arguing he was beaten, then left outside in the cold. Protesters have been banned from the areas around the courthouse to reduce the risk of influencing the jurors. Miss Read gave several media interviews after declining to take the stand in her first trial. She also gave permission to HBO to create the miniseries A Body in the Snow, the trial of Karen Read, which has been watched by millions. "I have nothing to hide," Miss Read told Boston 25 News in February. "My life is in the balance and it shouldn't be. The